Jack Bennett never planned to visit the galactic meat market. He was a simple trader who moved medical supplies and rare minerals across the outer parts of space. His small ship, the Wandering Star, was his home and office. Jack liked his quiet life and stayed away from trouble, but trouble found him anyway when his ship broke down near Nexus Station. The repair crew told him it would take 3 days to fix. Jack had no choice but to wait. Nexus Station was not a good place to be stuck. People said you could buy or sell anything there. The rules were loose, and danger waited around every corner. Jack knew about the meat markets where rich aliens bought exotic creatures to eat. He had always avoided such places. On his second night at the station, Jack got lost. He had too many drinks at a bar and wandered into the lower levels. The halls were dark and dirty. Strange smells filled the air. Jack turned a corner and found himself facing a large door with a glowing sign. Premium Exotic Meats. Live auction. Tonight, Jack should have turned around. He knew what happened behind those doors. But curiosity pushed him forward, and the alcohol in his blood made him brave. He paid the entry fee and slipped inside. The auction room was large and cold. Bright lights shone on a metal stage. Aliens of all types sat in rows, holding electronic bid cards. Some wore expensive clothes and jewels. Others had the hard look of restaurant owners seeking new menu items. A few licked their lips as they waited. Jack found an empty seat in the back row. He told himself he would leave soon. He just wanted to see what kind of place this was. Then he could tell stories about it later. The first few creatures came and went on the stage. A cow-like alien with 6 legs. A group of colorful birds that sang in harmony. A pair of lizard beings with scales that changed color. The crowd bid higher and higher for each one. All certified for consumption, the auctioneer said after each sale. Slaughter services available on site. Jack felt sick. He stood to leave when the auctioneer announced, "And now, our premium offering of the evening." 2 guards dragged a new creature onto the stage. Jack froze. She looked almost human. She had a woman's shape and face, but silver fur covered her arms. Her ears were pointed and poked through her tangled reddish-brown hair. Her eyes were the color of amber, and they darted around the room in fear. "A female lycanthrope from Lunaris Prime," the auctioneer said with pride. "One of the last of her kind after her planet was destroyed. These creatures are known for their ability to change shape under certain conditions. Their meat has special healing powers. The buyer can eat the same portions multiple times as the flesh regenerates when prepared properly." The crowd murmured with excitement. A wealthy-looking alien in the front row nodded to his assistant. Jack couldn't move. The girl, she couldn't be more than 20 in human years, suddenly looked directly at him. Their eyes met across the room. Something passed between them, a connection. A silent cry for help. The bidding started. 5,000 credits, called an alien with blue skin. 8,000, said another. Jack had money saved for his ship repairs and next month's supplies. He had worked hard for those credits. But the girl kept looking at him, her eyes filled with intelligence and fear. 10,000 credits, Jack heard himself say. His hand was in the air. What was he doing? The auctioneer pointed at him. 10,000 from the human in the back. Do I hear 12? 15,000, said the wealthy alien in the front. Jack swallowed hard. 20,000. The room grew quiet. That was a lot of money for meat, even exotic meat with healing powers. 20,000 going once, the auctioneer said. Going twice. 25,000, the wealthy alien said without turning around. Jack had 30,000 credits to his name. All his savings, money for repairs, supplies, and emergencies. 30,000, he said, his voice stronger now. The wealthy alien turned to look at him. Their eyes met, and Jack saw anger there. The alien started to raise his hand again, but his assistant whispered something in his ear. After a moment, he lowered his hand and turned away. 30,000 going once, going twice. Sold to the human in the back. Jack felt dizzy. What had he done? What would he do with her? He had no plan beyond not letting her die. Guards led him to a small office. where a green alien with 4 eyes processed his payment. "Congratulations on your purchase," the alien said. "Would you like to use our processing facilities? For lycanthropes, we recommend alive bleeding to preserve the regenerative properties of the meat." Jack felt sick again. "No," he said. "I'll handle it myself." The clerk looked at him with suspicion. "As you wish. The creature will be delivered to your ship in 1 hour. The shock collar and restraints are included in your purchase price." Jack nodded and left the office. He walked quickly through the station back to his docking bay. His hands were shaking. He had just spent all his money on a person who was going to be killed for food. He had saved her, but now what? He had no plan, he had no money left. And soon he would have an alien werewolf girl who probably hated all humans after what they had done to her. The repair crew was working on his ship when he reached the bay. "How much longer?" he asked the lead mechanic. "About 5 more hours," the mechanic said. "Something wrong?" "I need to leave sooner," Jack said. "Can you make it work in 2 hours?" "I'll pay extra." Then he remembered he had no credits left. The mechanic looked at him closely. "You in trouble?" Jack hesitated, then nodded. The mechanic sighed. "I can get you flying in 3 hours. Not perfect, but it'll hold until you reach the next station. No extra charge, but you'll owe me a favor someday." "Thank you," Jack said. "I need to prepare for ... for a passenger." He went inside his ship and looked around. Where would she stay? What would she eat? Would she attack him? Would she even understand him? An hour later, a delivery crew arrived with a reinforced cage. Inside was the girl, curled up in a corner. She wore a metal collar around her neck that left burn marks on her skin. Her wrists and ankles were bound with silver chains that seemed to cause her pain. "Sign here," the delivery man said, holding out a tablet. Jack signed. The crew left the cage on the floor of his cargo hold and departed without another word. Jack knelt beside the cage. The girl watched him with those amber eyes, now filled with hate and fear. "I'm not going to hurt you," he said softly. "My name is Jack Bennett. I'm going to get you out of here." Jack looked at the control pad in his hand. It could activate the shock collar around the girl's neck. He dropped it on the floor and crushed it under his boot. "I'm going to open the cage now," he said. "Please don't attack me." The girl watched him with careful eyes as he found the lock. His fingers trembled as he entered the code the delivery man had given him. The cage door swung open with a creak. She didn't move. "You can come out," Jack said. "I won't hurt you." The girl spoke, her voice rough but clear. "Why did you buy me?" Jack was surprised she could speak his language. "I couldn't let them kill." Humans say many things," she replied. "They lie." "I'm not lying," Jack said. He pointed to the silver chains on her wrists and ankles. "Those are hurting you? Let me take them off." She hesitated, then slowly moved toward the cage door. Jack saw pain in her face with each movement. The silver must burn her skin. She sat at the edge of the cage, her legs hanging out, and held out her hands. The key for the chains had been left on top of the cage. Jack took it and carefully unlocked the cuffs. The skin beneath was red and blistered. He moved to her ankles and removed those chains too. "The collar next," he said. She turned so he could reach the lock at the back of her neck. This key was different, and it took Jack a moment to make it work. Finally, the collar opened and he pulled it away. There was a ring of burned skin around her neck. "Thank you," she said quietly. "What's your name?" Jack asked. "In my language it would hurt your ears," she said. "The ones who captured me called me Luna. Is that okay?" "Should I call you that?" She nodded. "It means moon in an old Earth language. Our 3 moons were sacred to my people." Jack heard voices outside the ship. The repair crew was finishing their work. Soon they could leave. "Luna, we need to get away from this station," he said. "People will come looking for you when they realize I'm not going to do what they think I bought you for. Kill me and eat me," she said flatly. Jack winced. "Yes, we have about an hour before my ship is ready. Are you hungry?" "Thirsty?" Luna nodded. Jack went to his small kitchen area and brought back water and some food bars. She drank the water quickly, but looked at the food with suspicion. It's just protein and grain, Jack explained. Nothing meat in it. I don't eat much meat myself. She took a small bite, then ate the rest quickly. Jack brought her more. Why help me? She asked between bites. You spent all your money. The small green man told the guards. Jack sighed. I don't know. When I saw you there and our eyes met, I just couldn't let it happen. Luna studied his face. You have kind eyes. Like someone from my village long ago? The repair crew leader knocked on the ship's door. Jack went to speak with him. You're all set, the man said. Not perfect, but it'll fly. You might want to hurry, though. Some important-looking people were asking about a human trader. Said something about checking your cargo. Jack's heart beat faster. Thanks, we're leaving now. He closed the door and rushed to the control room. Luna followed him. Can you fly this thing? She asked. Yes, sit there and strap in, Jack said, pointing to the co-pilot's seat. We need to go right now. Luna sat down and figured out the safety straps while Jack started the ship's engines. The wandering star hummed to life. Jack's fingers flew over the controls, requesting immediate departure clearance. Clearance denied, came the response from station control. All ships must undergo standard cargo inspection before departure. Jack. Hit the communication button. This is an emergency medical run. I have vaccines that will spoil if delayed. There was a pause. Then, stand by, wandering star. Jack whispered to Luna, if they come to inspect, hide in the storage compartment under the floor. There's a panel behind my seat, Luna nodded. They waited in tense silence. Wandering star, you are cleared for emergency departure. Medical runs. Take priority. Jack let out his breath. Thank you, Control. Departing now. He guided the ship away from the docking bay and out into open space. As soon as they were clear of the station's traffic zone, he punched in coordinates for a jump to light speed. Hold on, he told Luna. This might be rough with the repairs still fresh. The ship shuddered as the engines pushed them faster and faster. There was a worrying rattle from somewhere below, but then the stars stretched into lines and they were away. Jack slumped in his seat. We made it! Luna looked out at the streaks of light. Where are we going? I have a friend on a mining colony. About 3 days from here, Jack said. He can help us. I hope. A warning light blinked on the control panel. Jack checked it and frowned. What's wrong? Luna asked. The repairs are holding, but just barely. We'll need to stop and fix things. Properly soon. Luna's ears twitched. They will look for us. Yes, Jack agreed. The person who wanted to buy you looked rich and angry. But we have a head start. They sat in silence for a while, watching the stars streak by. Finally, Luna spoke again. My people could change shape, she said. Under the light of our moons, we could become like the Wolf creatures from your Earth? Stronger, faster? Can you still do that? Jack asked. I don't know. I haven't seen the right kind of moonlight in years. They kept me in dark places. Jack felt anger rise in his chest. How did they capture you? Luna's eyes grew distant. I was young when they came to our world. There was a sickness first, killing many of my people. Then ships arrived, humans and others, saying they would help. Some did help. Others hunted us when we were weak. I'm sorry, Jack said. You are not them, Luna replied. But now I am the only one left, the last of my kind. You don't know that for sure, Jack said. There could be others who escaped. Luna shook her head. I heard the guards talking. They destroyed our world after taking what they wanted. Something about valuable minerals under our forests. Jack had no words. He reached out slowly and placed his hand over hers. She tensed but didn't pull away. I can't fix what happened, he said. But you're free now, and I'll help you stay that way. Luna looked at their hands, then at Jack's face. Why do you care about a monster? You're not a monster, Jack said firmly. You're a person. Different from me, but still a person. Another warning light flashed on the panel. Jack reluctantly pulled his hand away to check it. We're being followed, he said, his voice tight. A ship just came out of light speed behind us. It's from Nexus Station. Luna's eyes widened with fear. They found us already? Jack checked the scanner. It's a fast ship, security class. They must have tracked us somehow. The collar, Luna said, touching her neck where the burn marks, remained. It might have had a tracker. Jack's mind raced. We can't outrun them with our engines in this condition. We need to hide. He changed course, steering toward a dense asteroid field ahead. Is that safe? Luna asked. Jack cur a small smile. Safer than what's behind us. The wandering star shook as Jack steered it into the asteroid field. Large rocks and chunks of ice floated all around them. Some were as small as his fist, others were bigger than his ship. I need to shut down most systems, Jack said. The heat and energy signals might give us away. Luna nodded and watched as Jack turned off lights and powered down engines. The ship grew dark and quiet. Only the most basic life support systems stayed on. Now we wait, Jack whispered, as if the people chasing them might hear through the emptiness of space. They drifted between two large asteroids. Jack had positioned the ship so the rocks would hide them from scanners. He checked his screens. The security ship was circling the edge of the asteroid field. It won't follow us in here, he said. Too dangerous. But they will wait, Luna sighed. It wasn't a question. Yes, but my friend's mining colony is on the other side of this field. If we move slowly and carefully, we can reach it. Luna looked out the window at the dark shapes floating past. How long? A day, maybe two? We have enough food and water? They sat in silence for a while. The ship drifted quietly among the asteroids. Jack kept one eye on the scanner, watching the security ship patrol the edge of the field. Tell me about your world, Jack said after a time. What was it like? Luna's eyes grew distant. Beautiful. We lived in forests near rivers. Our villages were built in the trees and on the ground. When the 3 moons were full together, everyone would change form and run through the forests. The young ones would learn to hunt. The elders would teach us the old songs. It sounds wonderful, Jack said. Luna's voice grew sad. Now, it's gone, all of it. Jack wanted to comfort her but didn't know how. He barely knew her. I'm sorry. Why do people do such things? Luna asked. Kill others for food or money? Jack shook his head. Not all people are like that. Some of us try to be good. Like you? I try, Jack said. But I'm not special, just someone who couldn't walk away. Luna studied his face. Where I come from, that is special. A sudden beep from the control panel made them both jump. Jack checked the scanner. The security ship is moving away, he said with surprise. They might be giving up, or getting help, Luna said. Jack nodded. You're right, we should keep moving. He gently activated the engines at their lowest power. The ship began to drift forward through the asteroid field. Jack kept his hands on the controls, making tiny adjustments to avoid the floating rocks. Can I help? Luna asked. See that screen? Jack pointed to a display showing the asteroids around them. Tell me if anything gets too close on your side. Luna leaned forward to watch the screen. There, something big is coming from the left. Jack nudged the controls and they slipped past a dark asteroid nearly twice the size of their ship. Good eye, he said. You'd make a good co-pilot. I used to help navigate the rivers back home, Luna said. Water or space, it's all about finding the safe path. They continued this way for hours, inching through the asteroid field. Jack felt his eyes growing heavy. He hadn't slept since before the auction. You need rest, Luna said, noticing his drooping eyelids. I'm fine, Jack insisted, but a yawn betrayed him. I can watch the screens, Luna said. Wake you if anything changes, Jack hesitated. Have you ever flown a ship? No, but I can see the danger coming. I won't touch the controls unless you tell me to. Jack knew he needed sleep. His reactions were getting slower, and that could be deadly in an asteroid field. Okay, he agreed, just for an hour. Wake me if anything changes, anything at all. He showed Luna what to watch for on the screens, then settled back in his chair. Despite his worry, exhaustion pulled him quickly into sleep. Luna watched the Sleeping human. He looked younger this way, the worry lines on his face smoothed out. Why had he helped her? No one had shown her kindness in so long. She had forgotten what it felt like. She turned her attention to the screens as Jack had shown her. The asteroids moved slowly past their ship. On another screen, she could see the edge of the field far behind them. The security ship was gone? At least for now. Something caught her eye on one of the screens. A different kind of movement, not an asteroid. Something moving with purpose. Luna leaned closer. A small ship, much smaller than the security vessel, was entering the asteroid field. It moved carefully but deliberately, as if it knew exactly where it was going. She gently shook Jack's shoulder. Jack, wake up, something's coming. Jack blinked awake instantly. What is it? A small ship there. Luna pointed to the screen. Jack studied the readings. That's not from Nexus Station. Different design. He checked another screen. It's broadcasting an identification signal. Mining company tag. Friends of yours? Luna asked. Could be from my friend's colony, Jack said. But I don't like taking chances. He powered up the communication system just enough to receive messages. A voice crackled through the speakers. Unidentified vessel, this is Mining Scout 7. We've detected your presence in company territory. Please identify yourself. Jack took a deep breath and pressed the response button. Mining Scout 7, this is the Wandering Star. Jack Bennett commanding. I'm a friend of Liam Holt. There was a pause. Then, Bennett? Liam said you might be coming. You're off course. Had to take a detour. Being followed by Nexus Security. Another pause. Understood, we can guide you in. Follow our ship at a distance of 50 meters. We know the safe paths. Jack looked at Luna. What do you think? Trust them, Luna considered. If they wanted to catch us, they could have brought the security ship with them. Good point, Jack said. He turned back to the communicator. Mining Scout 7 will follow your lead. Thank you. Jack powered up the engines a bit more and eased their ship into position behind the Mining Scout. The small vessel moved confidently through the asteroid field, taking turns and dips that Jack would never have attempted on his own. These pilots are good, he said with admiration. After another hour of careful navigation, the asteroids began to thin out. Ahead they could see lights. The mining colony was built into a massive asteroid at the edge of the field. Artificial. Lights glowed from domes and structures carved into the rock. We made it, Jack said with relief. Luna didn't share his happiness. Will your friend help us? Help me? Jack understood her fear. Liam is a good person. He won't turn you in. How? Can you be sure? Because he hates the meat markets too, Jack said. His sister disappeared years ago. He thinks she was taken by hunters like the ones who took your people. Luna's eyes widened. Humans hunt humans too? Bad people do bad things to anyone? Jack said sadly. The good people fight back when they can. The mining scout led them to a docking bay built into the side of the asteroid. As they landed, Jack powered down the engines. Stay close to me, he told Luna. Let me do the talking at first. Luna pulled up the hood of a jacket Jack had given her, hiding her pointed ears and most of her facial features. The silver fur on. Her arms was covered by the long sleeves. They walked together down the ramp of the Wandering Star. 3 people waited for them in the docking bay. 2 held mining tools that could easily serve as weapons. The third stepped forward with a smile. Jack Bennett, the man said. Always finding trouble, aren't you? Jack smiled back. Liam, good to see you, friend. Liam Holt was a tall, thin man, with a beard and scars on his hands from years of mining work. He looked at Luna with curious eyes. And who's your friend? Jack put his arm protectively around Luna's shoulders. Someone who needs our help. Liam took Jack and Luna to his private quarters in the mining colony. The room was simple but comfortable, with rock walls and metal furniture. Maps of the asteroid field covered one wall. The other had pictures of stars and planets. So, Liam said when they were alone, you stole property from Nexus Station. That's why security is after you. She's not property, Jack said firmly. Her name is Luna. Liam looked at Luna, who had lowered her hood now that they were in private. He studied her pointed ears and the silver fur on her arms with interest but not disgust. A lycanthrope, he said. I thought they were all gone. They wanted to eat me, Luna said plainly. Jack bought me so they wouldn't. Liam nodded slowly. The meat markets. Worst place in the galaxy. He looked at Jack. How much did you spend? All of it, Jack admitted. Every credit I had, Liam whistled. You always did lead with your heart instead of your head. He smiled to show he wasn't angry. You can stay here while you figure things out. The colony is well protected. Even Nexus security won't attack us directly. Thank you, Luna said. Her voice was soft but sincere. I need to check on your ship, Liam told Jack. The repairs you. Got it, Nexus were probably rushed. Give me a few hours. After Liam left, Jack showed Luna the small bathroom connected to the room. She looked at the shower with wonder. Real water, she said. It's been so long. Jack found clean clothes that might fit her, a shirt and pants that Liam kept for visitors. You can clean up. I'll wait out here. Luna took a long shower. When she came out wearing the fresh clothes, she looked different. Cleaner, yes, but also more alive somehow. Her reddish-brown hair was still damp, and the silver fur on her arms gleamed. Better? Jack asked Dot. Luna nodded. Much better. Thank you. Jack took his turn in the shower. When he came out, Luna was looking out a small window at the stars. Your friend? She said without turning. Can we trust him? Yes, Jack said. Liam hates the meat markets as much as anyone. His sister? You mentioned her before. She was taken? Jack nodded. 10 years ago. She was traveling alone when her ship disappeared. Liam found evidence that meat hunters took her. He's been fighting against them ever since. Luna turned from the window. Fighting how? Information. Finding their ships, warning people. Sometimes rescuing those he can, like we're doing with you. Luna seemed to consider this. He is a good human too. There are more of us than you might think, Jack said with a small smile. A sudden alarm blared through the colony. Red lights flashed in the corridor outside their room. What's happening? Luna asked, her body tense and ready to run. The door slid open and Liam rushed in. We've got trouble. A large ship just came out of lightspeed near the colony. It's from Nexus Station. How did they find us? Jack asked. Don't know. But they're demanding we hand over stolen property. Liam looked at Luna. You? Luna's eyes grew wide with fear. Will you give me to them? Never, Liam said firmly. This colony is independent. We don't follow Nexus rules here. But they might attack, Jack said. We can't put everyone at risk. The colony has defenses, Liam assured them. But we should move you both to a safer location. He led them through back corridors away from the main areas of the colony. They passed workers rushing to their emergency stations. Some gave them curious looks, but no one stopped them. Liam took them to a lower level where the rock walls were rough and unfinished. The air was cooler here. He opened a heavy door that led to a large open cave. The old mining chamber, he explained, abandoned years ago when we found better areas. Few people come down here now. The chamber was huge, with a high ceiling that disappeared into darkness. The ground was uneven but flat enough to walk on. Strange crystals in the walls gave off a soft blue light. Those crystals absorb energy during mining, Liam said, noticing Luna looking at them. They glow for years afterward. Luna walked to the center of the chamber, looking up at the ceiling. The light, it feels, She didn't finish her sentence. Her body suddenly went rigid. She gasped and fell to her knees. Luna! Jack rushed to her side. What's wrong? The light, she whispered. It's like like the third moon of my world. Now Jack noticed that the blue glow from the crystals was growing stronger, filling the chamber with cool light. Luna's breathing became rapid, her hands clenched into fists. Jack, step back, Liam warned, pulling at his friend's arm. I won't leave her, Jack insisted. Look at her eyes, Liam said. Jack looked. Luna's amber eyes were changing, growing brighter, almost glowing themselves. She looked up at him. It's happening, she said, her voice deeper than before. The change. I can't stop it. Do you want to stop it? Jack asked. Luna shook her head. No, it's been so long. But you should move away. The first change after so much time. It might be violent. Jack squeezed her shoulder and then backed away with Liam. They watched from near the door as Luna remained on her knees in the center of the chamber. Her body began to shake. She threw back her head and made a sound that was part scream, part howl. The silver fur on her arms began to spread, covering more of her skin. Her face changed shape, her nose and mouth pushing forward into a muzzle. Her ears grew larger, more pointed. Amazing, Liam whispered. The change continued. Luna's body grew larger, her muscles expanding. The clothes Liam had given her tore at the seams. Her hands transformed into powerful paws with sharp claws. Her legs reshaped themselves, becoming stronger, built for running and jumping. When it was over, a Wolf-like creature stood where Luna had been. She was nearly 7 feet tall. On her hind legs, covered in silver fur that gleamed in the blue light. Her face was a mix of Wolf and human features, with the same amber eyes, now glowing with inner fire. Luna the werewolf looked at her transformed body, flexing her clawed hands and rolling her powerful shoulders. She took a deep breath and then looked at Jack and Liam. Jack stepped forward slowly. Luna? Are you ... Hey? The werewolf nodded. When she spoke, her voice was deeper but still recognizably Luna's. I am whole again. This is my true form. She moved toward them, her movements graceful despite her size. Jack held his ground, though Liam took a step back. Does it hurt? Jack asked. No, it feels right. Luna looked down at him from her greater height. You are not afraid? A little, Jack admitted. But not of you, for you. Before Luna could respond, Liam's communication device beeped. He answered it. What? When? His face grew serious as he listened. Stall them. We'll be right up. He turned to Jack and Luna. They've sent people into the colony, claiming to be trade inspectors, but my security chief says they're armed. They're coming for me, Luna said, her Wolf face showing worry despite its different features. We won't let them take you, Jack promised. Luna stood taller, her powerful muscles tensing. No, we won't. In this form I can fight. There might be another way, Liam said, without bloodshed. What way? Jack asked. We record everything that happens in the colony. For safety and legal protection, Liam smiled. Maybe it's time we showed the galaxy what really happens in those meat markets. Jack, Luna, and Liam gathered in the colony's control room. Screens showed every part of the mining facility. On one screen, 5 men in dark uniforms moved through the main hallway. They carried weapons poorly hidden under their coats. Those aren't trade inspectors, Liam said. They're bounty hunters from Nexus. How did they find us? Jack asked. Luna, still in her werewolf form, pointed to one of the men. Him? He was at the meat market. He's the one who caught me on my world. Jack looked closer at the screen. The man was large with a scar across his face. He moved like someone used to hunting and fighting. His name is Dex, Luna growled. He enjoys the hunt? Liam turned to his security team. Keep them in the main areas. Don't let them near the lower levels or the private quarters. On another screen, a larger ship waited outside the colony. It had the Nexus station symbol on its side. Their main ship has weapons, Liam noted. But they won't attack unless they have to. Bad for business to destroy a mining colony. What's your plan? Jack asked. Liam pointed to the communication system. We're going to broadcast everything. Show the galaxy what these meat hunters really do. Luna looked doubtful. Will people care? Many enjoy eating exotic beings. Not when they see the truth, Liam said. Most people don't know their dinner was once a thinking person like you. They believe the markets only sell animals. Jack nodded. If we show Luna, let people see she can talk and think. Exactly, Liam said, but we need more. We need them to admit what they do. Luna's amber eyes gleamed. Dex will talk. He is proud of his work. On the screens, the bounty hunters were getting frustrated. They had searched several areas but found nothing. The colony workers were watching them closely, following Liam's orders to keep them away from restricted areas. "We need to draw them somewhere we control," Liam said. "Somewhere we can record everything," Jack thought for a moment. "The docking bay. Tell them you found something on my ship." "Something that might be what they're looking for," Liam smiled. "Good idea." He pressed a button on the communication panel. "Attention Nexus representatives. Please report to Docking Bay 3. We've discovered suspicious cargo that requires inspection." They watched on the screens as the bounty hunters changed direction and headed toward the docking bays. "Now what?" Jack asked. "Now we set the trap," Liam replied. "Luna, are you ready to face them?" The werewolf stood tall, her powerful muscles tense. "Yes, but I won't kill. I am not like them." "We just need to get them talking," Liam assured her. "Jack, stay with me at the controls. Luna, hide near my ship. Come out when I signal." Luna nodded and left the control room. Jack watched on the screens as she moved quickly through the corridors, staying out of sight of the bounty hunters. When the hunters reached Docking Bay 3, Liam was waiting for them. Jack stayed in the control room, ready to manage the broadcast. The cameras and microphones in the docking bay were set to record everything. "Welcome," Liam said to the hunters. "You're looking for something?" Dex stepped forward. "We're looking for stolen property, a female lycanthrope. Valuable merchandise." "Merchandise?" Liam asked innocently. "What kind of merchandise is that?" "The kind that rich people pay a lot to eat," another hunter said with a laugh. "Regenerating meat. Cut off a piece and it grows back." Liam acted surprised. "You mean a person? A thinking being?" Dex waved his hand dismissively. "Not a person, product, and an expensive one. So if you're hiding it, you're costing us a lot of money." "How much money?" Liam asked. 50,000 credits at least," Dex said. "The Arcturian ambassador already paid for the first cuts. He's angry his dinner is late." Jack checked the broadcast settings. Everything was being sent to all major communication channels in the sector. Thousands of people would be watching this. Liam continued the conversation. "And this ... product? It looks like what? An animal?" "Looks almost human," one hunter admitted. "That's what makes it expensive. The thrill of eating something that could almost be you," he laughed. "I see," Liam said. "And if this being could talk? Could think and feel like you or me?" Dex stepped closer to Liam, his hand moving toward his weapon. "Doesn't matter. Galaxy law says extinct species have no rights. No homeworld, no protection." "Interesting," Liam said. "And what if they weren't extinct?" He gave the signal. Luna stepped out from behind the wandering star, standing tall in her werewolf form. The hunters jumped back in surprise. Dex reached for his weapon. "I wouldn't," Liam warned. "This entire conversation is being broadcast across the sector. Thousands are watching right now." The hunters froze, looking at the cameras they hadn't noticed before. Luna spoke, her deep voice clear and strong. "My name is Luna. I am a lycanthrope from Lunaris Prime. I think, I feel, I dream. And people like you hunted my kind for food." Dex recovered quickly. "It's talking, so what?" "Still not legally a person. Still our property." "Actually," Liam said, "I've been speaking with my contacts in the Galactic Council. They're very interested in evidence of intelligent species being sold as meat. Very interested indeed." On a screen in the control room, Jack could see messages pouring in from across the sector. People were watching. People were angry. "You can't prove anything?" Dex snarled. "It's our word against the beasts." "And the recording of you admitting everything?" Liam asked with a smile. "The part where you said the Arcturian ambassador paid to eat a thinking being? I think that will interest the council very much." The other hunters began to back away from Dex, seeing their situation falling apart. "This isn't over," Dex threatened. He pointed at Luna. "That thing is still valuable. Others will come." "Let them," Luna said. "I am not afraid anymore." A new message appeared on Jack's screen. The Galactic Council was sending ships to investigate the meat market at Nexus Station. They had seen the broadcast. Jack rushed to the docking bay to tell the others the good news. When he arrived, the hunters were being held by Liam's security team. "The council saw everything," Jack announced. "They're sending ships to Nexus Station. Right now, the meat market is finished." Luna's amber eyes widened with hope. "Truly?" "Truly," Jack confirmed. "And they want to speak with you, as a representative of your people." Dex laughed bitterly. "It's just one beast. We killed the rest." Luna looked at him without hate. "Perhaps? Or perhaps others escaped as I did. I will find them if they exist." Later, as they watched the hunters being taken to holding cells, Luna stood between Jack and Liam. She had returned to her human-like form, though the silver fur still covered her arms. "What will you do now?" Jack asked her. "Find others like me, if they exist," she said, "and help the council stop the meat markets everywhere." "You'll need transportation," Jack said. "The Wandering Star is at your service. If you want company, that is." Luna smiled, showing just a hint of her sharp teeth. "I would like that very much." Liam put a hand on Jack's shoulder. "Always rushing into the next adventure. This one's worth it," Jack said, looking at Luna. She nodded. "We make a good team, the human who cares and the werewolf who lived." "A good team," Jack agreed, "and a good story to tell the galaxy." As they prepared the Wandering Star for its next journey, Jack thought about how much had changed in just a few days. He had spent all his money and risked his life for someone he didn't know. Now they were setting out to change the galaxy together. Luna stood beside him at the ship's controls, her amber eyes bright with purpose. "Ready?" she asked. Jack smiled. "Ready?" The Wandering Star lifted off from the mining colony, carrying them toward the stars and whatever adventures waited beyond. Not as hunter and prey or owner and property, but as friends who had chosen each other when it mattered most.